The crowds began to arrive in the town on Saturday night, and by Sunday morning, the square had come to life. Over 54,000 visitors travelled to Thurles for the match. From early morning, the cars were arriving, jammed with supporters from all over Ireland. The Munster Final is more than just a sporting occasion. It has the atmosphere of a huge festival, and the activity around the town beforehand is almost as exciting as the game itself. The Corkmen flooded the town before the Clare supporters arrived. Apart from the usual sea of red and white flags, the exuberance of their regouts and their mascots reflected the enormous confidence of a team which has a long history of success behind it. But for Clare, who haven't won an All Ireland since 1914 or a Munster Final since 1932, it was the culmination of the enormous effort which has built up a team which they felt could make it this time and regain the provincial title they last held 46 years ago. Scoring in the first half was slow. The Cork team were the first to score, but Clare weren't far behind with points. But at half-time, Clare were still behind, with the score at Cork 5 points to Clare 3. Has it been a tough game so far, do you think?
It has been a peculiar game, not a great game. I think tension has caught both teams, particularly Clare in the early minutes, as you could see when Doireann tried to catch that first ball from Charlie McCarthy and missed it. That is not Doireann's form, but he has steadied down quite a lot, and the Clare defence has steadied down too. And their attack has been dangerous on the few occasions they've run in. Casey, Pat O'Connor and Honan, who is doing a great deal of work.
Well, now they are going to play with the wind this time.
Yes.
How will it be? Would you like to predict?
Well, unless the wind dies down, I think Clare are there now with a very good chance of winning. Of course, we can never know how a hurling match will go. Cork will still try to rise. Some stroke of bad luck or some stroke of good luck, a wrong hopping ball. But I do give Clare a very good chance at this time with the wind behind them.
And when Clare went into the second half playing with the wind, their supporters, though worried, had high hopes for them. But the Cork team, having moved two of their players to different positions, took control of the game fairly early on. Any hopes that the Clare forwards would gain strength as they played with the wind were quickly dashed by the power of the Cork defence. Within 11 minutes, Cork had surged ahead with a lead of 5 points. Though Clare came back with another 2 points, Cork lost no time in regaining their lead. It looked then as if Cork were fully in charge of the game, but the Clare men kept trying.
And giving us the support when we needed it. I'd also like to compliment Clare on a great victory. As the saying goes, there's only one team can win, and that's Cork. Thank you very much. Oh, Johnny.
Well, it's the second time I've ever cried coming off the field after a match. I cried after being beaten in the Munster Under 21 final. And this time I feel very dejected. It'll take me a few days to get over it.
Did you feel at any stage that you were nearly there?
But I felt we may have got a penalty up to the last couple of minutes, and we may have got a draw. We might have levelled, but off hours I felt weren't just moving, like, and we just weren't in the running like in the finish.
Are you hopeful all the same that you might get it together again next year?
Well, that's a difficult question. Like, we have to go back and face the league again, and we'll have our usual critics saying that we're just a league team, not a championship team. I'm sure we will, and we'll get over this phase of disappointment and things will settle down again, but it gets harder and harder to come back.
When we started out 3 years ago, 4 years ago, our aim was to win in All Ireland. You may think inside this dressing room that aim is kind of forgotten now, but I can tell you it's not forgotten. We're still a very young team, just a few fellas that mightn't last the pace over the next few years. But we were beaten before, and I'm telling you, we're going to be back again.
Father, you're terribly disappointed, I suppose, but do you feel they'll be able to come back again?
Oh yeah, I'd just only like to pick up where Ger left off, that this Clare team is definitely young enough. Beaten by 2 points today, it means that we're terribly disappointed, but it also means that we're going to come back to try again.
Well, at half-time it was 5-3. Were you hopeful at that stage?
Yeah, well, it looked good enough. I suppose it looked better outside than it did in here. Obviously, we're playing Cork and Munster Final, 2 points down at half-time. The breeze wasn't that strong, but we were reasonably confident at half-time.
Are you happy with your team's performance?
I don't think I could be any happier. That team have given everything they've got, and they gave it today again. And as Ger said, they're young enough to come back again, and they will be back.
Next year.
With the help of God.
Thanks, Father. Were you hopeful at any stage of that match that you might make
yes.
it?
Oh, at half-time, definitely. Yeah, definitely. And then up to the 5 minutes from the end, yeah, I thought Clare would win. I had a few old bets with some of the lads in there, The Cork TDs, including Jack, Taoiseach, an old fiver with Jack or a tenner. I forget what bet we had, but we'll pay one another win.
You'll have it again next year?
Here's Sean French and the rest of them. We always bet, I always bet at the lads. But I was disappointed that Clare had more to the play and should have won the game.
That's the extraordinary thing about Clare. All the years, we've had wonderful teams in at different seasons. They have gone forward, they were beaten here, they were beaten there. But when you expected most from them, there was some hoodoo. There is a hoodoo, no matter what we say, we pretend there isn't, but there is. We never had a better chance than we had this year, and still we weren't able to make it.